everything that I signed up to vet for.
On this week's Bondi Vet Top 5.
From the same litter, I reckon.
To help out with a charity called Dogs on the Street.
I've come to see you for Fizz.
Hello, Fizz.
And if a dog was in a cage, there would be uproar.
They've just got such a beautiful bond.
Very grateful for Ellie and Audrey to be here.
In the number 5 spot we have...
Hello, how are you? G'day, Sophie, how you going?
Hey, mate.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Sophie, how are you? This is Farley, isn't it?
It is Farley.
Hello, Farley. How are you? You good? Speak. Good.
Chris is keeping a special date at the Children's Hospital in Sydney's West. He's made a promise to help one of Australia's most inspirational little girls, Sophie Delizio.
Do you want me to get it out?
Sophie has just the most incredible story. I'm sure everyone's heard about it. A car crashed into her childcare centre and caused her to have third-degree burns to 80% of her body. She lost both of her feet, but the staff here at Westmead, they saved her life.
And this is its kennel. Put the dog.
Now, Sophie has her own Day of Difference Foundation to help other critically injured children.
Is this Jack?
This is Jack, yeah.
Today, she and Chris are handing out Tara dolls, named after Sophie's first assistance dog.
My dad thought that it would be a good idea to call the dog Tara as a remembrance of my dog. She was a good help to me and I really did miss her.
From the same litter, I reckon.
Sadly, Tara passed away 2 years ago. Sophie's now waiting to get another four-legged helper.
Drop, roll over. It's a high 16. I never cease to be amazed at the impact that pets can have on kids, and when they find themselves in horrific situations where they're going through a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, an animal just can soften that whole experience. And that's why I'm so behind pet therapy, because it does work. It really does make a difference. Can I do one more?
Yes.
Sally, speak.
I was really bad. It does help blocking your ears. Makes me feel really happy that they have something to enjoy while they're in hospital.
No worries at all. It's our pleasure. And the look on their faces. They forget about everything else and just see this little puppy dog in front of them, and that's what it's all about. You know, just for those few seconds, nothing else matters.
This week's number 4.
All right, so let's get everything set up.
In Melbourne, Dr. Danny Dusek is joining a team of volunteers at Pets in the Park, a charity vet service dedicated to the animals of people who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless.
Pets in the Park is everything that I signed up to vet for. I've always been obsessed with animals my whole life. And I got into veterinary science because I saw a homeless man with his dog and I desperately wanted to help and I could do nothing. And it really just sparked this desperation in me to be able to get some skills and help these people. So I love it.
Danny and vet nurse Serena's first patient of the day is 7-year-old Pitsy, much-loved companion of owner Mary.
How's little Pitsy going at the moment?
She's not doing too bad. She's here only for a checkup.
Wonderful. Hello, darling. Well, we're a bit nervous now. We'll just have a little listen to your heart, my love.
At Pets in the Park, vets provide medical and dental checkups, as well as vaccinations, antibiotics, and flea and worm treatments. Today, Pitsy is getting the works.
She's a good girl.
She certainly is.
Pitsy, she's my darling. She's my little girl. She's such a part of my family. I don't know what my life would be without her.
So the heart and lungs sound good, so we have no concerns there today, which is great. Now just have a little look in that mouth. Yeah, so we've got a bit of calculus build-up. Pitsy's doing really well, actually. She's got a little bit of dental disease, but not too bad considering her age. So she is down on our notes that she's going to need a dental at some point,
Yep.
okay?
Yes.
Mary is an absolute sweetheart. You can see in her eyes the love and care that she has for little Pitsy. They've just got such a beautiful bond. It's tablet time, so I don't know how she'll be with the parasite control. I have got one tablet that I will maybe pop down her throat if you're happy.
Yes,
is that
I think
okay?
you should do.
All
Yes.
right.
She knows she has to swallow the tablet. She doesn't love them, that's for sure, but she has to have them.
Pitsy is a little bit of a nervous Nelly, so we'll just take it nice and slow. You ready? I know, it's a big one. Then you pop.
Yep.
Well done.
Well done.
Oh, you were
Well
very
done.
brave. She was actually really good, so that was good result. You were so brave.
It's been great knowing the pets in the park. She's been looked after for the last 6 months. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to afford the medication, and I'm very fortunate to have this chance in my life. Hey, you've been good.
Danny's next patient is much bigger than little Pitsy.
We won't get him up on the table. He's too heavy.
That's a good call. Hello, you beautiful boy. Are you excited or nervous to be here, do you think?
Nervous.
The people that we see here, they love their pets more than anything on this earth. They'll do anything for them. They just want the best for them. Really gets me choked up because they may not have anybody, and it's that pet that keeps them going every day. They will feed them before themselves. They'll go above and beyond for them, so it's such a privilege to be able to be there for them. We've got Kane here, have we?
Yes.
Shane is next with his 2 dogs, 10-year-old Labrador Amy and 2-year-old German Shepherd Kane.
Hi, Kane, aren't you beautiful? How's he been going?
He is perfect. I just brought him in for a checkup.
So he's had good appetite,
Oh,
he's happy in himself.
Yeah, he runs. I take him for a swim.
Oh, you lucky boy, hey? Well, let's check you over then, mate. Make sure there's nothing going on. Have a little look in these ears. Oh, excuse you.
Kane's like a teenager. He just mucks around. He goes everywhere with me. He sleeps on the bed if he wants to. Yeah, they're my life. And these people, they look after him really well.
All right, mate. Now we'll have a little listen to your ticker. Good boy. Shane's a real character, this big heart. Kane is full of beans and he's all about Dad. You can just see that they love each other so much. He's clearly very fit. Shane is doing everything to keep Kane in great shape. Oh, done, mister. Good boy.
Are you happy? It's fit as a fiddle. You'll probably outlast me.
Next is Shane's other dog,
Come on,
Labrador Amy.
sit.
Hello, Amy Gill. Hi.
She's just over 10 years old.
Oh, you're a wise soul, aren't you, sweetheart? How's she been?
Well, she was 47 kilos last year.
Yep.
I don't know what she is now, but she's
Yep.
nowhere near it.
Okay.
She's lost a hell of a lot of weight. Put her on a diet.
You've been, oh, wonderful. Being overweight, technically obese, you can end up with lots of issues, including a decreased lifespan. So it really is important that we get her weight back under control. Have you had any lameness with her, any limping?
Yeah,
Yeah?
this one.
That front left one. Okay, we might actually have a look at how she's walking today.
Come on.
Okay, I'm just gonna have a feel of this front left leg then, if that's been the one that you've noticed that's bothering her. I suspect most likely it's the elbow, and it is really common in Labradors. Unfortunately, she's likely to end up with arthritis in that joint.
That's why I'm trying to get the weight right
Yeah,
off her.
that'll help take the pressure off the joint. Certainly we don't want that getting any worse. Carrying all that extra weight is putting so much pressure through her joints that that's speeding up that process of osteoarthritis. So I'm just going to give Amy an injection, so that's just going to help with her sore elbow. It's going to give her some anti-inflammatory effects, so that'll help her, keep her a bit more comfortable.
My long term is just get as much weight off her as I can. Yeah, I've got to do what I can for her. You just got to look after him and do the right thing. It's all right.
All right, so a little pinch. Ready?
Yeah,
One, two,
she's
three.
all right with the needles.
Oh, darling. Oh, darling. Hopefully when Shane returns with Amy, we're a little bit more slender and hopefully she's a bit more comfortable in those joints now that we've started some medication for that.
All right, not a problem.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Beautiful. At the end of the day, at Pets in the Park, it just makes you feel so lucky that you have the skills that you can actually help these people and their pets. It's a feel-good thing. I love it. Good job.
Number 3.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Scott's Australian-based colleagues, twin vets Audrey and Alison, are also helping out the flood-ravaged communities of northern New South Wales.
This is so devastating. Like, oh my God. Now that the water has subsided, we can see just how much damage has been done.
It's absolutely devastating now because there's no water covering everything. We're seeing houses that are abandoned and just all the furniture and loved things on the road. It's so upsetting to see.
So you need to use this for every animal? You've got one for every species?
Actually, Wildlife Hospital now I need to send.
Audrey and Alison are teaming up with Elaine, the founder of volunteer organisation Vets for Compassion.
The Korakai was completely submerged. Some people have seen their animals washed away, and that's heartbreaking to hear. A lot of farms with cattle, the ones that survive end up with hoof abscesses, infections in their feet, and pneumonia, because they've been submerged in water for many days.
Audrey, where's your stethoscope?
In my backpack.
Very grateful for Ellie and Audrey to be here because they're very good with people. We have to be very sensitive how we speak to people because they're distraught. They've been through so much.
Hi Dave, hi buddy. How you going?
Buddy, is it?
It's Buddy Boy.
Hey, buddy boy.
The twins' first patient is Dave's Tenterfield Terrier, Buddy, who suffered a serious injury to his back at the height of the floods.
Do you want to just explain to us what happened and how he got this?
Well, it was while the floods were on. We had people parked in our driveway and they had a car trailer and he raced in under the trailer and a piece of steel just virtually peeled the skin straight back like opening a can of worms up, and then I just pushed it forward and wrapped him up and brought him down here. When the floods come up, we were locked in for 2 weeks. When you look around and realise how devastating it was, it's unbelievable.
That looks really sore.
Good, yeah, it hurt.
And obviously with all that water around, risk of infection.
Yeah.
Vets for Compassion volunteers treated Buddy's injury when it first happened. Alison and Audrey want to make sure the wound hasn't become infected.
So this is after a week and you can still see it's scabbed over, which is great, and it looks definitely a lot better than what you described. There's a bit of necrotic skin, so that's dead skin that started to form, so we probably have to get that nice and cleaned and washed off.
When we examine Buddy, that wound is looking like it's healing. There's quite the defect still there, but it's healing really well. And I think Dave's done a good job with cleaning and giving the antibiotics. So we're also giving him a full check over and make sure generally in his health that he's doing okay as well.
Good little fella.
As Alison starts to examine 11-year-old Buddy,
Any coughing or sneezing?
she discovers a potentially serious condition.
He has got a grade 1 heart murmur. The valves in the heart aren't closing as well. So what happens is as the blood pumps through the chambers, a little bit is whooshing back the other way. What we'll do is at his next vet check, just see if that's heart murmur, if that's progressed, as well as if he shows any signs of coughing, panting when he's going to bed, or increased respiratory rate when he's sleeping.
So Dave himself has been through quite a hectic situation in a few weeks. He has been affected by the floods in the sense that he's had to house all his neighbours and friends and family, and they've brought their different pets, dogs and cats, into his household. So there's been a bit of chaos, and Buddy's been a little bit stressed.
So I'm just going to give it a good clean. Here you go, buddy. Yes, this is dead skin just lifting off.
But as the twins attend to Buddy's back injury,
Oh, he's got a skin infection.
Ooh.
they notice another issue affecting many four-legged victims of the receding floodwaters.
You can see there's these little pustules here. And obviously with all that water around, he's got a bacterial infection.
So now that the water has subsided, with all this mud and debris and bacteria around, it is causing quite a lot of problems. Things like pyodermas of the skin, conjunctivitis, urinary tract infections, all those things that pop up a little time after they've been in the floodwater. That's where the infection is coming from. Have a look at this.
Yeah. got all your fur stuck to your teeth from chewing. There is a lot of hair wrapped around the teeth. It's smelly, it's dirty, it's trapped with food and bacteria. So really need to get it out. It's just going to cause more infection in the mouth.
Pyodermas, while they start off quite mild, can actually cause more damage if it's left alone. It can get worse and spread to the deeper tissues.
All right, Dave, so we're giving it a clean up. I'm going to give him an antihistamine shot for his underlying allergy and then give you some more antibiotics and cream to put in. Half a tablet twice a day. Oh, you didn't even flinch. You're such a good boy. All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on film too.
Thank you. He's a great little dog and more than grateful for these girls and the fantastic job they've done with him. But he's a new dog. I'm really happy for him.
See you later, buddy.
Sister.
Go see your sister. Oh, he's so cute.
In you go, mate.
I can tell Buddy is feeling a lot better, and the best part of this job is that we're able to treat these animals and give some sort of sense of relief that they're under our care and they're looked after, because there's so much going on with these people and their homes and their friends. So it's just one tick off their plate and they can get on with their lives.
In the number 2 spot, we have
New vet Phoebe's next patients aren't at any of the clinics. They're out on the streets of London.
Today I'm off to the Strand in central London to help out with a charity called Dogs on the Street, run by a lovely lady called Michelle.
Stands out.
Really looking forward to it.
Oh, was that a visitor?
Hi!
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, fine, nice to meet you. Thanks so much for coming along today.
No problem.
This is where you're going to be today. Okay.
Can't wait to get started.
All right, let's get the tables out.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Dogs on the Street is a not-for-profit, voluntary-run service providing free vet care, training, grooming, all the essentials for the homeless community with their dogs that live out on the streets in central London. We're here with a team of vets, vet nurses, a trainer, grooming van, and also volunteers, so that when they come along, everything's there for them to access.
Hiya!
How are you?
You're right.
I've come to see you for Fizz.
Hello, Fizz.
Phoebe's first client is Michael, with 15-year-old Fizz.
I'm not really sure what to expect. I've never done anything like this before, and it's really different to private practice. You were here a couple of weeks ago, is that right?
Yes.
These are very vulnerable people that have absolutely nothing, and maybe it will be hard to see them not maybe able to care for their dogs in the way that they would like. I'm hoping that we'll be able to give them the best possible care today. Right, should we get her on the scales then? On you get, Fizz.
Come on then.
About 24.5. So she's put on about 200 grams in a week.
In a week?
Oh.
Their diet is so inconsistent. It's just basically what they're in, they can actually get their hands on to feed. And again, the homeless people go without. They provide their dog more than they do themselves.
That's all I'm giving her on the dog chew.
Is that every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those have a lot of fat.
Yeah.
So if you were giving her that, then you need to give her less of her normal food. And I would say no human food if you can.
The dogs are their life, the dogs are their children, their family. They are the most loyal fur baby, as we call them, that they have. And, the love goes so deep, it's so hard to describe. But yeah, they just mean the world.
Hi, Gary, I'm Phoebe.
Next up
nice to meet
is
you.
Gary,
And
with
this
his
is
best
Lola.
friend Lola.
Yeah.
And how long have you had her?
5 years now.
Wow.
Best 5 years of my life.
Oh.
Lola is my Staffordshire Bull Terrier. She was 1 year old. She was found abandoned in a flat. And I just moved into premises from the streets. I wanted a dog because the resettlement team thought it'd help me settle. And they went to Battersea with me and we chose Lola. And I've had her ever since. Yeah, I just love her.
In you come, Poppet.
Come on, Lolly. Good girl.
I haven't seen Lola before, so can you tell me a bit about her?
She had the elbow dysplasia.
Elbow dysplasia?
That's what they said, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the Blue Cross.
Mm.
And
so that's why Dogs on the Street have been giving her hydrotherapy sessions?
yeah, she's been having hydrotherapy. She's got 3 more left.
How many has she had already?
7.
She's had 7?
Yeah.
And how has she been doing?
She likes it, but she'll only do it if she's got a tennis ball in her mouth.
Elbow dysplasia is basically an abnormality of the cartilage in the elbow joint, which means that it doesn't develop properly. Should we just see how she walks then? And then you can get fragments of bone falling off and secondary arthritic changes. So it's quite nasty and it's quite painful for the dogs. Can you just walk her just to the end and back a few times?
Yeah. Okay.
So to examine Lola, I trotted her up and down to see if I could see any lameness in those front legs, but she was walking really well. She's not limping at all, is she?
No.
All right then, Puppet. We'll have a little feel of those elbows as well.
Yeah. It's all right, Lol.
Look at that.
Yeah, she'd have cried if you'd done that a couple of months ago, yeah.
Yeah, she's got a really good range of motion on that elbow joint.
Yeah,
and
she
she's
never
not
used
painful
to.
at all.
No, good girl.
Seeing cases like Lola and Gary is what's so inspiring. He's helping her with her elbow dysplasia. She was the one who inspired him to get off the street in the first place because he wanted to do it for her.
Oh, you want to see more? The scales weren't lying, Lola. They weren't.
It's just another example of such a loving bond between an animal and their owner. And it's what inspires me as well to go into work every day because you just want to strengthen that bond and keep it alive for as long as possible.
Good girl. No, it's not more treats. She's food mad.
Bye.
Bye. Lolly, come on. Good girl.
Do you think she would take a little treat?
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Here you go.
Oh,
yes.
Back in the centre of town, Phoebe is helping the Dogs on the Street charity give free vet checks to the homeless.
So you do notes on all your patients?
Yes. Yeah, everyone has one of these. They have all the notes written on it.
Let's go and get Gizmo then.
Okay.
Good boy. Hi.
Hiya.
Gizmo's come for his check-up for his stitches.
His stitches. So he was castrated then?
Yes, he was, yeah.
A couple of weeks ago now, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's really friendly.
Phoebe's last client of the day is Francesca, with her 1.5-year-old Staffy, Gizmo.
Where did you get him from?
He was rescued because he was badly ill-treated.
Oh, poor thing.
He was quite young when I got him, but he was very badly abused. He was very thin, very badly ill-treated. And I went in and took him, and that was it. I love him to bits. Yeah, he's my little baby. He's the only man in my life. My little dog.
You can see his little wound there. It's looking really good.
I'd had him done because he is quite boisterous and hyperactive, so he's come to have his stitches checked just to make sure that they're dissolving and that properly.
That's healing really nicely.
Oh, good.
Yeah, really happy with that.
Yeah.
It's holding closed.
Yeah.
It's not painful. It's not inflamed. And hopefully his hormones should settle down a bit now that he's been castrated. You'd never have guessed by the way that Gizmo bounced around the tent that he'd had an operation 2 weeks previously. I think Francesca probably has a hard job keeping him still at times. You've got a lovely little dog here. I've fallen in love with him. He's stolen my heart.
Everybody loves him when he comes here.
You can tell just by talking to the owners for a couple of minutes how much their animals mean to them. They're everything to each other. Some of these people could maybe go into accommodation, but they'd rather be on the street than give up their dogs.
Right, thank you for your help.
It was lovely to meet you both.
Say bye-bye, Gizmo.
Bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye. I've had such a good day helping out with dogs on the street. It was definitely more than a vet clinic, it was definitely a community. And you could tell that just by the fact that clients will come back week on week, even if their dogs aren't feeling unwell. Everyone has a bit of a chat. Yeah, it was really nice to see.
Oh, that's great.
I'll come back soon.
Oh, that'd be lovely. We'd have you back anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Phoebe was amazing, you know, being it's her first time out here, sort of engaging with the homeless community as well. I think she's done great.
Bye.
And this week's number 1.
Today I'm on the road to Yorkshire, one of the most beautiful places in northern England, to meet an extraordinary teenager. This passionate animal activist is taking on some of the biggest names in business and winning. And today I'm going to lend a hand with the amazing work she does.
Hello, girls.
From her home in Sheffield, 170 miles north of London, 15-year-old Lucy Gavahan has managed to shoot to fame with a remarkable campaign.
Good girl, come on.
This teenager's mission is to stop the practice of hens being kept in small cages for commercial egg production and make sure they lead a free-range life like these lucky girls.
The hens really need a voice because they can't talk, they can't ask not to be caged. And the public can't see them in the cages because they can't see the farms. All they see is a box of eggs on a shelf. And if a dog was in a cage, there would be uproar.
In an incredible coup this year, Lucy managed to convince several of the UK's biggest supermarkets to gradually phase out the sale of caged hen eggs.
That was such amazing news to hear. So that's why I'm now petitioning the government to try and end caged hen farming as a whole.
Hi there, Lucy.
Hello.
How are you? Good to see you.
Thank you.
Hello, and who's this beautiful little girl?
This is Fern, and this is Sylvia.
Hello, Sylvia. You're looking very healthy. I'm going to let you in on a little cultural secret. As in Australia, we actually call them chooks.
Oh.
So, yeah, if I use the word chook, then don't look at me funny. But one thing I always love is the fact that chicken lovers tend to call them girls, don't they? Like they're girls.
Yes,
like, you know,
they are girls.
Part of the girl power, part of the team.
Absolutely.
For her part, Lucy has adopted 6 rescue chickens and is hoping her campaign will encourage thousands of people to do the same.
Actually today, Phoenix Hen Rescue, where all these girls came from, they're having an intake of 40 rescue hens.
Wow, 40?
40. So if you wouldn't mind, it would be amazing if you would come and health check them and make sure they're all well on their way to a happy new life.
Oh, I'd love to. Sylvia, you going to come? It's... Oh.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh.
Made me very wet.
And she's still going.
Hey.
Oh, that's not what you want.
Let's go and rescue some of your mates, shall we? Sounds good.
So Scott and Lucy are now heading 12 miles down the road to Chesterfield to meet another animal activist, Kitty.
Hi.
She's asked Scott to carry out health checks on a huge new batch of rescue hens that are due to arrive today.
Hello, hi, I'm Scott. How are you?
Hi, Scott. I'm fine, thank you.
I hear we're welcoming 40 little girls.
It's actually more. We've managed to rescue 58.
Wow.
Right at the last minute.
Oh, my goodness.
They're here. The girls are arriving.
It's such a perfect day for the hens to arrive. They've never seen the sun before, they've never felt the grass or been able to scratch around. So it's so perfect for them to come out on a day like this where the sun is shining and they can just have the best experience they can do and a really nice welcome into the real world.
Oh, hello, girls. Hello.
Well, they're certainly not looking anywhere near as healthy as yours, Lucy, are they?
No, but they'll get there. They will.
This is the first step towards their freedom.
Absolutely.
Hey.
They're out now.
Let's start with liberation from the van, shall we? Come on, girls.
All these ex-cage hens were destined to be killed after they had stopped laying their daily quota of eggs.
These girls shouldn't go to slaughter. They have the ability to live a natural life, and why shouldn't they?
That's the lucky last of the girls. And someone's laid.
Oh, really? Look.
First freedom egg at your end of the crate there.
Nice. Oh, that's got a good ring to it, actually. Freedom egg.
It's a freedom
I like
egg.
it, yes.
It certainly is.
Free chickens.
Free chickens and a first freedom egg.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen now to continue watching more great content.